Hi everybody, my name is Gerry and this is week 11 of the Photo Africa Weekly Chat. You'll see, different to usual, we're in Cape Town today, Boulder Beach, and we are here, like if you've been following along, we're here to shoot great white sharks and we are here to shoot penguins. Now, Andrew Beck and myself, you'll get to see Andrew, he's going to pop in a bit later. We've been shooting just a couple of shots around before we start and go and fetch some people. It is fantastic, it is unbelievable. Your penguins are right here. I almost thought a 200mm lens was too much. It is phenomenal. So we're going to be doing this whole thing this weekend. It's a workshop we're going to run. Join us along, follow on Twitter. We're going to use a hashtag called Shark Week. So from today, right throughout the week, we're going to give you new images, hopefully some video footage, information, whatever else we can about this exciting thing. I think it's phenomenal. Now, before we get back to a bit of that, I'm going to pick up on, also, excuse the glasses, but it's hell of a bright, you see, and it looks cool. No, okay, moving on. I'm going to pick up from last week. We had a chat about if you had a memory card with only 3 images to take, what would you take? And I've got quite a bit of replies coming in, and some of the interesting things which I found surprising, but also I think it's actually such a nice thing, is a lot of people say they want to photograph their father, their mother, their families. And I think it's such a special thing to be able to take a moment like that, photography-wise, and capture something that's special to you. And I mean, more than at least about 7 or 8 I can think of where people said they want to photograph family, friends, their father because they don't see them often enough. Fantastic. Keep them coming. Other ones include things like, what do we have? Leopard in a tree. That's quite a common one, I think. It's great, but all the place. And that's what Andrew is going to chat about a little bit later on. I asked him the same question. What 3 images, whether it's this weekend, whether it's upcoming things, or that you need, what images would you like to get? So, other than that, the blog has been a bit quiet this week, seeing we've been running all over the show. It's busy. You know, if you've looked at, try that again. If you looked at last week's video, you'll know there's a lot of changes coming up. And with that, obviously, a lot of organizing and things. So just stick with us. Twitter is active. I'm on Twitter all the time. That's why you can follow us. But lots of images coming up. And the other one that we wanted to discuss quickly before I'm going to give over to Andrew for a little bit is I had a couple of comments the last while on whether these videos are downloadable or available for purchase. Right. It's amazing to hear that. Thank you so much. I love the enthusiasm about this whole thing. And I was chatting to the guys a bit earlier on. We've barely scratched the surface. There's a whole lot more coming up. But for now, what I think we'll do is after 20 episodes, I'm going to do a disc with all the images, of the videos, either make them downloadable or then we can post them to you. Watch the space, working on it. If you have other ideas like that, share, tell us, give me more, and we'll try and get some of those to you. Right, so I'm going to step out of frame now. Andrew's going to come and have a seat here and discuss 3 images he would like to get and why. Right, I'll be back after this.
Hi guys, thanks Gerry for the introduction. When Gerry first posed this question to me, it actually got my mind spinning because there's no straightforward answer. If you've got to cut it down to 3 images, it becomes very, very difficult. I think this weekend's shark trip is probably, ever since I first saw the documentaries from Chris Photos on air jaws, great white sharks breaching off the coast here, I think that's always been an image that has stuck in my mind. So that is definitely something that I'm looking forward to getting and hopefully catching this weekend. The second one would have to be gorillas. There's something very interesting and dynamic about them. I don't put myself as a great photographer when it comes to catching people and places and that sort of thing, but wildlife is really my passion. And there's something with taking an image of a gorilla, the soul that's in those eyes, and capturing that is something that's really, really unique and special. I think the third image would be that of an African skimmer across the sort of South Luangwa region, along the Luangwa River or somewhere in Botswana. And there's a common theme that runs through all of these images, and the biggest thing is that you just can't go out there and shoot it and get it right first time. There's a lot of luck involved, there's a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of learning and school fees that'll go down into getting that perfect image. I think a lot of photographers have had that experience, and that's part of it. Photography for me is all about a challenge. It's pushing myself, trying to get to that sort of level, and then to get that perfect image. The amount of reward that you get when you know the story that's gone in behind that, all the hard hours, the trekking to actually try and find gorillas in the first place, or even see the great whites breaching, or even to get them in frame and be there when it happens. That's part of the challenge for me. So those 3 images are the ones that stick out in my mind, and they're all linked back to that central challenge as a photographer. it'd be very interesting to hear, as Gerry says, to see some of the other ideas that come out from you guys, the images that you would like to capture, and why they're so important to you. I think that's a very unique thing, is why an image is important to someone or why it appeals to someone else. It's a very personal subject, and it'll be great to hear from you guys. So I'm going to hand back to Gerry, and he's going to step back in and take over from here.
Right, thanks Andrew, awesome. I wanted to have Jono say something, but he says no, we'll get him on one day. Right, where were we? Okay, the interesting thing that Andrew says as well there is it's a personal thing. So send me your personal thoughts, tell me what you want to photograph and why. Then on the what and the how, I mean photography, and we'll get to this as time goes, the what thereof, the why and the how. So what is what we're asking you now, why are we going to kind of scratch on as we go, and then the how is what interests me as well. So what we've been playing with now the last 10 minutes or so is we've been shooting the penguins around us. I'm going to give, when I'm finished here, I'll just do a quick spin around to give you an idea of where we are. Penguins, easy. Right, these things waddle along, they're actually quite strange, but they're very cute. So we've been shooting a bit of this. I'll drop some images at the end of this video for you. But now our goal this weekend is great white sharks. Now the interesting thing there is, and this is part of the preparation that we've been doing for this, is do you know your camera well enough to when that thing happens, you know what to do? Right, because this thing doesn't stay out the water for a long time, obviously. So you need to be on the right mode, the right setting, and you need to be aware, and that's going to be the goal. So I really, really, really hope that by the time we're back in Joburg Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to hopefully be posting some great white images. In between that and, well, then and now, follow us on Twitter. The hashtag is Shark Week. We're going to keep on going. Live updates from the workshop, from the boat, and so on. We're going to get going now. I'll do a quick spin around to give you an idea, and then I'm probably going to start sucking on my seasick tablet from about tomorrow because the wind is picking up, and I'm really hoping it stays down because, yeah, that's not a fun thing. But I'm sure it's going to be fun. Weather forecast looks great. Anyway, not too many links in this one today because we're on location here. So, yeah, follow us on Twitter. Check us up on Facebook. I'll have a link to Andrew's website and his feeds and everything as well. Join us there, and I'll see you next week. I think, where's next week from? Probably Madikwe again. And yeah, I'm really hoping to get you some great white shark images. So it's been one on my bucket list. So yeah, here we go. Workshop, penguins, sharks. Check the updates next week. I will see you from Madikwe. Have a good one. Wave, Andrew. Wave, Jono. It's Boulder Beach.